Hi, good morning, grade 7. Last month, at the end of the April, we discussed about different concept of the matter, speed, distance, rest, motion. These all we discussed. Now we are going to go through more and more about the motion, right? So again, I am going to recap two things about the rest and motion. So today we are going to start our topic from rest and motion. But the chapter is your motion in physics. First of all, what is the meaning of rest and what is the meaning of motion? That is very interesting and common questions. Suppose you are sitting inside the balcony of your house or home. You see one car or one bike is running on the road. So what you said? Wow, what a speed of the car, what a speed of the bike. Means it was your observation. So rest and motion based on observation. Right? Rest and motion based on your observation with respect to your immediate surrounding. Why immediate surrounding? Immediate surrounding means what you can able to observe. That is immediate surrounding. Suppose you are at home. You cannot imagine who one is walking in school. It is not in your surrounding right now. Right? So that's why it is well said. It's immediate surrounding. So now first discuss about the rest. A body is said to be at rest. A body is said to be at rest if body does not change its position from one place to another place with respect to immediate surrounding. If body does not change its place from one place to another place with respect to immediate surroundings, then it is called body at rest. What about the motion? If a body changes position from one place to another place with respect to immediate surrounding, then body is called motion. Right? So in motion, again, two things is there. One other thing is distance. Another thing is displacement. So distance means the actual path which you are traveling. That is called distance. Actual path means what? Suppose you are here, and you have to reach here. Suppose this is 4 meter and this is 3 meter. So A, B, C, right? You first move to B and then you move to C. But sometimes if you go to directly, there is not displacement. That is the distance covered, but it is not called distance. So it is your distance. So how much distance you travel? 3 plus 4, that is 7 meter. Sorry, it is meter. So what about this is? So in later on, in higher class, whenever you will go, then you will study about it. Right now you are only in 7, so it is little bit confusing for you. So this is also distance, right? But this distance is called displacement. Why? Because it is shortest distance. This is your actual path and this is shortest path or shortest distance. So it is called displacement and this is your distance. So such kind of things you will study in higher classes, not right now. So today we are going to discuss about the different types of motion. I hope you all understood about the rest and motion. See, whatever I am teaching you, there is a notes I will provide. So rest, if body does not change its position. Yeah, and with respect to to its surrounding. Yeah, then motion. Surrounding is immediate surrounding. Motion if body change its position from one place to another place. Right? With respect to immediate surrounding. Yeah, so there is a two thing, rest and motion. Now there are different types of motions. Today we are going to discuss about the different types of motion. Like one of the types of translatory motion, rectilinear motion, curvilinear motion, uniform motion, non-uniform motion, circular motion, rotatory motion, vibratory motion. These all are the types of motion that we are going to discuss today, right? So types of motion. One of the motion is translatory motion. Second of the motion is circulatory motion. Then your third of the motion is oscillatory motion. There are so many more types of periodic motion, non-periodic motion, uniform motion, non-uniform motion. So basically you have to discuss these three types of motions are important, but I'm going to explain rest all also. So one of the motion is translatory. What is translatory? So there are also two parts. One is rectilinear or linear. Another is curvilinear. Now, what is the meaning of rectilinear or linear? What is the meaning of curvilinear? So, motion on a straight path. Motion on a straight path. Okay? Motion on a straight path is called rectilinear motion or curvilinear linear motion also. And suppose you throw a stone. Suppose you throw a stone and this stone like this. It will know, you will see, sir, I throw straight. But it is not a straight. It always in a curved path like this. It looks like a straight, but it is not a straight. So this types of motion is called curvilinear motion. Okay. Second is circulatory motion. Circulatory motion. What is the meaning of circulatory motion now? Look. See, translatory motion, motion on a straight path. It is of two types. One is the rectilinear motion. Another is curvilinear motion. So rectilinear means totally on a straight path, and curvilinear means motion on a straight path but on a curved path like this. Look like a straight, but it is curved. So, if you suppose throw a stone, you have to throw something from the top of the building. It is not a straight. It is always on curve. So, such kind of motion is called curvilinear motion. Now I just say about the circulatory motion, means circular motion also you can say. Suppose there is a round park. You start cycling from point O here and you complete like this, like this. So this types of motion is called circular motion. That is, what is the meaning of circular motion? Motion on a circular path. Circular motion. Motion on a circular path, or instead of circular path you can say motion on a circle round path. That is called circular motion. You know, in circular motion one of the motion is called rotatory motion. Fan, I know everywhere, at every home, every house, every room there is a fan. Fan rotate on a fixed path, right? Fan rotate on a fixed path, on a circular motion. Such types of motion is called rotatory motion. Which motion? Rotatory motion. Don't worry, I will give you the notes of all these types in portal. So you will get it from portal. Okay. So another is rotatory motion. Which types of motion? Circular motion is also types of rotatory motion. Why it is so? Because you can see on the circular path sometimes there is a fixed point. Fan having a fixed point, it rotates around a fixed point, right? So that's why it is naming as rotatory motion. Any types of motion, if it is on pivot on a fixed point, rotate on a fixed point, then it is called rotatory motion. Now oscillatory motion. You know very well about the pendulum, right? There is a pendulum. Look here. It is a rigid support. It is called bob. It is length of the string. It rotates like this. Right? It go here and here to here, here to here, like this. Now this, how to define it? How to point out is, this is called oscillatory. What is oscillatory? Means to and fro motion from its mean position. In short, this is to and fro. To and fro motion. Right? That is also known as oscillatory motion. Right? Or the mean position. Another type of motion is periodic motion. Right? So basically, once again I am going to repeat these three types. One is the translatory motion, motion on a straight path. Right? There are two types. One is the rectilinear and the curvilinear. Rectilinear means totally on the straight path. Curvilinear means on a curved path. Right? Circulatory motion means motion on a circular path. Oscillatory motion, the motion which rotate at the mean position. And one more motion, I say rotational motion. The meaning of rotational motion is, it is at the circular path but on a fixed point, like motion on a fan. Got it? Rest types of motion I am going to send you in the next video. Thank you. Okay, students, we are talking about oscillatory motion, circulatory motion, translatory motion. Now, another motion is periodic motion. The word is periodic, means regular interval. The meaning of period is interval, regular interval. Right? The motion which is repeat after a certain interval of time. That is regular interval of time. It's called periodic motion. Like watch. You know, we are using watch. Yeah, clock. Whatever the clock is rotate on a fixed time, that is in a regular interval of time. So this types of motion is called periodic motion. Right? Suppose sewing machine, your mom or some tailor master stitch the cloth. So they start to paddle. So it is rotate in regular interval of time. So such types of motion is called periodic motion. Now another is a non-periodic motion. The motion which does not repeat itself after a certain interval of time. There are two motion. One is a periodic, another is non-periodic. So periodic is in a certain interval of time and non-periodic is not repeated anyhow, right, itself. That is called non-periodic. Suppose you want to cut a wooden gutter, right? So when you start to cut it, it is not necessary that you start to rotate continuously. It by you. If you want, then okay. If you don't want, then no. So such types of motion is non-periodic. And now, after these all types of motion, now two types I have written here: uniform and non-uniform. Uniform motion, that is important. See, it is in future whenever you will study about the science, physics, then it is like this. Suppose this is a time and this is your distance. Okay. And if body moves like this, means what? Equal distance in equal interval of time. If both are equally moved, then it is called uniform. But I am not saying only distance. It means I just gave an example of distance and time. So both move equally. Such kind of motion is uniform. Means both unit. And if any one of it move like this or like this, such kind of curved motion is called non-uniform. So motion on equal interval of time is uniform and unequal is non-uniform. I am only explaining the chapter topics. Notes, again I am going to repeat, you will get in portal. Okay. So now, uniform and non-uniform. Suppose you accelerate the car. You accelerate the car at a certain speed. Every time at the speed of 40 meter per second, 40 kilometer per hour you are rotating. Right? For 20 hours. So it's continuously at the same. So such kind of motion is called uniform. But suppose for 1 hour you rotate 40 km per hour for 1 hour. After that you start rotate 20 km per hour. After 2 hours you start 80 km per hour. So you can see there is a variation. So if it varies, then it is called non-uniform. If it is constant, then it is uniform. If it is not constant, then it is called non-uniform motion. There are two types of motion. One is uniform motion, another is non-uniform motion. So uniform motion means equal distance in equal interval of time. Equal distance in equal interval of time. And non-uniform means unequal distance in equal interval of time. Equal interval of time is always equal. But here it is changed. If it is equally changed, then it is uniform. But if it is not equally changed, then it is non-uniform, like this. Now, another thing is after motion, two things you have to discuss. That is your distance and displacement. On the behalf of that, then you have to discuss about speed also. Now, what is distance? I said at the beginning today. About the distance, I discussed today only. What is distance? The actual path which is traveled by a body is called distance, right? SI unit of distance is meter, that is small m. Okay, SI unit of distance is meter, that is small m. Now speed, distance traveled by a body in unit time. Distance traveled by a body in unit time is called speed. So speed equal to distance upon time. Okay, now SI unit of speed is, what is the SI unit of distance? That is meter. And what is the SI unit of time? Second. So meter per second. SI unit of speed is meter per second, or higher unit is kilometer per hour. Meter per second or kilometer per hour. Right? So now you have to convert. How to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second? Look at here. See, 1 kilometer per hour. 1 kilometer, how many meter? 1000 meter. 1 hour, how much? 60 into 60 second. Right? 0, 0 cancel, 0, 0 cancel. So 2 5 ja, 2 3 ja. So 5 by 18 meter per second. 1 kilometer per hour equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. Right? So conversion of 1 kilometer per hour into meter per second. How? Look. This is called conversion of kilometer per hour into meter per second. Now convert meter per second into kilometer per hour. Second is meter per second into kilometer per hour. 1 meter per second. 1 meter means what? 1 upon 1000 kilometer. 1 second means what? 1 upon 60 into 60 hour. Why 60 into 60? Because you know 1 hour 60 minutes. 1 minute 60 seconds. That's why I did here also 60 into 60 to convert into second. Similarly, for second you have to convert hour divided by 60 into 60. So it will be 60 into 60 upon 1000. 0 0 cancel, 0 0. 2 3 ja, 2 5 ja. So it will be how much? 18 upon 5 meter kilometer per hour. 1 meter per second equal to this one. Clear? Then another thing is average speed. One other term is distance, second term is speed. Now we are going to discuss about the average speed. Average speed is the total distance traveled by a body in total interval of time. Simple, nothing, definition is same only the difference is average speed equal to total distance upon total time taken. That is only average speed. Right? Now there are two more things, that is mass and weight. What is mass? In last lecture, last class, in 6th standard, you had studied about the mass. Mass means it is mass of a body is internal quantity. Internal quantity means the physical quantity which contained in a matter. That is called mass. Suppose I am a body. I am any body. There is something physical quantities inside the body, and that is only the mass. Now, you know, in Bolchan language, you always say mass and weight are same. See, but in the language of physics, mass and weight totally different. Mass is the matter which contained in it. Suppose I am a body. Whatever the matter inside the body is my mass. Mass is measured in beam balance or by electronic beam balance. In this day in market there is a electronic beam balance. We keep and then we weight at objects. That is mass, not weight. So what is weight? Weight is the force. Weight is a force which is applied by the earth. Actually, weight when an object is pushed or pulled toward to the center of earth, that is only the weight. Okay, so whatever the definition in R, we will discuss in higher classes, but in your level you have to only learn the definition and their distinguish, whatever I will post in a portal or in your group also. Okay, thank you, have a nice day. Numericals we will solve together on online. Thank you very much.